Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, Miss Vicky Nuland is back in business, and she's the U.S. Undersecretary of State. That means under Blinken. They are both, good friends. They play for the same team, obviously, and she comes with a great idea. And the great idea is to take the Russians' assets, the Russians' banks, national banks' assets, and use them to rebuild Ukraine. Well, I have a counter offer to that that I think is better than what Ms. Nuland proposes. First, let's go and see this article coming from Russia Today, and it's from April 14th, 2023. All right, so Nuland issues threat over Russian assets. Washington is working to ensure Moscow helps pay for all that it has broken, end quote. The high-ranking State Department officials has said. I don't know, but she reminds me of someone. This face reminds me of someone. Don't you think? I don't know. Whenever I look at her, I see her. For whatever reason, I don't know. They seem to, I don't know. You guys be the judge, but in my opinion, I look at those eyes. Those eyes are like the same kind of eyes, I don't know. And I don't know, maybe the eyebrows. But no, see, her eyebrows are not like that. Can go over it, but I don't know. She was not a good thing, I gotta tell you. She was, just look what she said about the Iraqi children, how she's okay with them being this and that. Now, that's her. Let's see. So her offer is, right, to ensure Moscow helps pay for all that it has broken. The American authorities are discussing about using the Russian central bank assets frozen by the West to rebuild Ukraine. Victoria Nuland, the U.S. Undersecretary of State for Political Affairs, has said, I foresee that she's going to be the Secretary of State if the Democrats will stay in power. When sooner or later Blinken will go and write a few books, and he's going to do this, going to go to college, somewhere as a professor, and she's going to take over. That's my prediction, 98%. That's how much I give it. When the conflict between Kiev and Moscow ends, Washington plans a massive reconstruction program for Ukraine aimed not only at rebuilding its cities, towns, and villages, but also at providing the country with powerful military, greener energy, infrastructure, and stronger government institutions that would be, quote, I'm quoting, better hardened against corruption. Better hardened against corruption, Nuland said during a speech at the U.S.-Ukraine Partnership Forum in Washington on Thursday. Among other things, I'm quoting, we are working to ensure that Russia helps pay for all that it has broken, she said. The reconstruction of Ukraine would cost at least $411 billion over a 10-year period, according to conservative estimates of the World Bank, she said. So in February, I'm quoting again, we announced the first tranche of $5.4 million under this authority, with more announcements to come, Nuland said. She said that thanks to the support of the Congress, the U.S. Department of Justice has been granted new authority to use, and I'm quoting, illicit assets seized from Russian oligarchs, unquote, to help rebuild Ukraine. She also stressed that, and I'm quoting, discussions are ongoing about the estimated $300 billion of Russian central bank assets that we and our allies have frozen, end quote, in connection to the reconstruction of Ukraine. All right, well, let me give you, Sergei Lavrov described the move as plain theft, accusing the West of, and I'm quoting, returning to bandit, the bandit, not the bandit from the 1970s with, what's his name, Burt Reynolds, and remember, and Reed, what's his name? Jerry Reed movie, remember that? The Whatever and the Bandit, a funny movie, with capitalism from the times of the gold rush in the 19th century. Okay, this is my counter offer for this situation. How about when Russia will take over Ukraine, if they're going to take over Ukraine, they rebuild it, they reconstruct it. with their companies, and the money that the World Bank and International Monetary Fund will cough up. No? Oh, but wait. Doesn't that sound kind of the same as Iraq reconstruction? Remember, US invaded and bombarded, destroyed Iraq. And then they said that we're going to reconstruct it, we're going to build it with the taxpayers' money, and we're going to give all these guys, some with biddings, or some did not bid, just give them contracts to reconstruct. Remember that one? So I hook you up, and then I come and I take care of you. So why not the Russians? They're going to Ukraine up, and they're going to be the ones that are going to reconstruct in the name of democracy, freedom, and love, and no? See, stories from the past come to haunt you. But hey, what do you expect? Nuland, she's a hack. She's more than a hack, I think. But I can't really say it here, what I really believe or think about this person. And anyway, she's doing what she's supposed to per her, interests or organizations that support her and keep her in power where she is. And that's not the American citizens I assess. So yeah, maybe the Russians could reconstruct Ukraine as United States reconstructed Iraq. That's my counteroffer. Oh, you think you don't agree with that? Oh, okay. Why is that? Oh, okay. Because the strong dictates. Oh, my bad. I thought it was like a if I can do that, then you can do the same thing. Oh, that's between idiots. Oh, again. So, see, my friends, when they tell you about the international law, yeah, there's an international law over there. 98% of the world has to abide by it and follow it. Otherwise, they get sanctions and other things. And those 2% of cases or countries, they can, ignore it whenever they feel like. And they will tell you, they're gonna, let's say, rape someone for something good. And you say, wait a minute, that's a rape. No. We do that in order to provide some services to the victim. And as not a victim, actually, that person benefits of our loving. Okay? So this is what these guys do around and say, hey, we bring freedom and democracy to Iraq. Say what? Oh, yeah. Red Rover, we're gonna come over. Okay, imagine that. And Iraq said, well, we didn't want you here. It's okay, we're gonna give you a lot of love. Remember Led Zeppelin? Yeah, okay. So this was gonna happen here with Russia. If Russia takes over how much it can take over and doesn't lose this situation, then they can reconstruct it, maybe together with the American companies, like they did after the Second World War. They got friends, and they said before the Second World War was ended, they met 3 times, Yalta, Malta, and Potsdam, or whatever it was. Potsdam was after the war, and they carved the Europe and the world in two, But the problem was the Soviets, and the Soviets were really bad. So if you had principles, you should have the really bad guys, remember? Because some people say, well, you left us being, this and that by the Germans, by the Nazis, and you could have done more for us and all that, which that's true. But if we accept that, which I accept it, then right here, how about this one? You made deals with the Soviets. I mean, Soviets, and not only the Soviets, the communist system that I really detest. And it's not only the communist system, how should I put it, in general, but its practices. It can't go well. Well, I know some people support it. Some people are very happy with it. That's fine. But I don't want to be a servant. That's the first. Well, I don't want to be that kind of servant. Let's put it this way. I'm this kind of servant. But, at least I can have more things than I can't have over there. But these guys are taking care of my freedoms and the things that I can have. And they're going to, hey, we will not allow you to do that. Why? We're learning fast. From where? Not from the communists, from your human nature. And human nature is as it is. Give us an inch, we're going to take a mile, and so on. That's how we are. Give me power, and I'm going to show you what I can do with it for me. Anyway, so Miss Nuland, That's my counter offer. I'm pretty sure she's not going to accept it, but just think about it. Thank you very much, and give me a call, baby doll. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.